Hi there. We are on day 315 of our Through the New Testament in 1 year. And today we are doing Hebrews chapter 8. Now, he's been talking about how Jesus replaced the high priest in the church, right? And is the new high priest. So a high priest is no longer needed. Actually, the Holy of Holies is no longer needed, right? Because Jesus is the high priest and he's in us and we are the church now, okay? And it kind of talks about that here. It continues that idea. So, Jesus, high priest of a better covenant. Right. Now, the point that we are in what we are saying is this. We have such a high priest, one who is seated at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heaven, a minister in the holy places in the true tent that the Lord set up, not man. Right. That's us. Okay. For every high priest is appointed to offer gifts and sacrifices. Thus it is necessary for this priest to also have something to offer, right? Now, if he were on earth, he would not be a priest at all, since there are priests who offer gifts according to the law. They serve a copy and shadow of heavenly things. For when Moses was about to erect the tent, he was instructed by God, saying, "See that you make everything according to the pattern that was shown you on the mountain." But as it is, Christ has obtained a ministry that is as much more excellent than the old, as the covenant he mediates is better, since it is enacted on better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, there would have been no occasion to look for a second covenant, right? If the old covenant was faultless, we wouldn't need a new covenant, but we have a new covenant, okay? Now he's quoting here, okay? This is out of Jeremiah 31, right? Chapter 31, verse 31 and following. It's the last part of that chapter in Jeremiah, and which was he was a prophet. For if he finds fault with them when he says, okay, and this is Jeremiah, "Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will establish a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not like the covenant that I made with their fathers on the day when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, for they did not continue in my covenant. And so I showed no concern for them, declares the Lord." And he let them go. "For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, declares the Lord, I will put my laws into their minds and write them on their hearts. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall not teach each one his neighbor and each one his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest. For I will be merciful towards their iniquities, and I will remember their sin no more." Right? In speaking of a new covenant, he makes the first one obsolete. Right? And what is becoming obsolete and growing old is ready to vanish away. There you go. That's important. Okay? Not enough people realize that the old covenant is obsolete, okay? Now, the Old Testament is valuable for teaching, and it is the Word of God, okay? And it teaches you about the nature of God. But the new covenant, which was Jesus, replaced the old covenant, right? His new commandment, love the Lord your God and love each other as you love yourselves, replaced the 10 commandments, okay? Our bodies are now a vessel for Christ, which replaced the temple, right? Not enough people realize that, and they're stuck with the old covenant. They're preaching on the old covenant. In America now, they're trying to put the 10 commandments back in schools and back in courts and buildings. Why not put the new commandment of Jesus, right? Love the Lord and love one another. Okay? Be a lot easier, wouldn't it? So, there you go. That's Hebrews 8. Okay, we're going to just keep doing this. There's only 50 days left, and then this will be done. And then the year will be done. Wow. Year went fast, huh? So, there you have it. Give us a like if you think about it, and catch up on anything you may have missed, and we'll do this again tomorrow. See ya.